Hello, welcome back. Last time I was a scarecrow, and then I went on a path to damnation. Now I'm visiting a haunted house. Things to keep in mind, Bumbug Fright happens with 4 explosions. Well, yes it does. Alright, so... things happening here. Lots of things happening here. I just kind of rolled over those but didn't really look at what they did. Is this a spectacles ritual style thing? It sure is. Identical widget, so all 4 of these must happen simultaneously. Alright? Familiar constructions. Really? Okay. Alright, so this is all about the... oh, this is about a lot of stuff. So, pacified monster blocks do not scare bomb bugs. Uh-huh. And, there are Pacific togglers and all those. So this is the kill switch to finish... okay, just to clean up all the monster blocks. Otherwise... okay, we just got one thing for each quadrant, sextant, whatever it is. Each segment of this thing. My mission is to drive bomb bugs H, I, J, and K simultaneously onto each of these, or at least reasonably close to simultaneous. Okay, well, let's just, for example, do that. So that's how I would deal with J, or no, I. Okay. If I could do that alone, but I might not want to. I might prefer to have a little bit of time, because there's going to be some travel time for the ferret running around manning all the switches. That scares both of these ways at once. Who do I think is going where? H has a clear destination at 18.7. I has a clear destination at 15.8. K could go to 12.14 or 18.14. J needs to turn a corner. Alright, let's say the corner you would turn could... okay, I'm just scaring that one, which is okay. You can do that. Alright, so the reaction is immediate, both ways around. No delay on the fright. Okay, so the issue with what I did there is that I want these the same distance apart as the 2 sacrifice altars. That's not the switch I wanted. That's the same distance, right? I think so. No, it's not. I eyeballed it wrong. Okay. So... how is any of this going to be simultaneous? There's some lenience. Because these are hot coals. Okay, let's just observe this. Wait. Okay, right, those... okay, yeah. Alright, so I can have a 2-turn interval in between, it looks like. Yeah, these are hot coals, and that's a pressure plate release, therefore there is a maximum of 2 turns between when this door is opened and when this door is opened. Sort of. But if that's a... sorry, that's a... if that's a sacrifice, that's on the action phase... is it? When it's hot coals, I think that's true? Yeah. Well, it's actually in the hazard phase, but that's after the movement phase is the important part, I think. I don't remember the exact order off the top of my head. Those two simultaneous, trivial. This one in the mix, doable. This one at the same time? That's where I start to wonder how I'm possibly gonna do it. Let's get a third one happening. So for example, let's push you south a bit. Start your journey north. I'll do this, 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 this. Okay, issue is that order does not work. Wait, so I need... what now? Something pretty impossible. What? How can I do these simultaneously and... wait a second. The kill switch? The kill switch. All fear stops at the same time. There we go, that will do it. Okay, all fear stops at the same time. Okay. So then everybody get to the same distance. You go north a bit. Well, maybe not the same distance, but something similar so that I can... okay. Oh, priority! Oh, that's pretty funny. Okay, we're gonna have to swap a little bit, that's fine. Right, because yeah, fear priority goes in reading order. Do I have that journal entry? If I don't, I probably will after this room. Here we go. Multiple monster blocks at the same distance break ties in north, west, east, south, preference order. North, west, east, south. North is the first one of those, so you will flee south instead of east. West is before east. East is before west. Oh, that's pretty funny. So nobody can come back up north. Yeah, nobody can come back up north except in the central okay, that's... ooh, this is fun. So, you will have to go south. I'll worry about that in more detail later. Okay, so, I'll do that for now. Get some distance. Twing twing. You're gonna have to go over a bit. You stop being afraid. You don't stop quite right there. Here will do. Okay, then I can form things up from there. Because, Bombug... oh, you didn't actually start there. Well, because I moved Bombug H all the way to the west, I inconvenienced myself, but I can improvise and fix it, I think. Yeah, that will move... okay, sure. So this distance. Then... yeah, so that's the maximum distance I can get on the south ones, but fortunately I'm doing those late-ish. That distance would be... actually, I could do even... let's see. I could do it in that order. Alright, anyway. So I need you at a great distance, I think. Probably all the way down here. As for where you're going to be... I guess right about here would be the greatest distance you can achieve. Okay, so now it's just a matter of timing all things together. You start first, you start second, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, perfect. So wait, one more, then do one more. Then this, and I'm too late on... Fascinating. Okay, nobody got sacrificed because I am too late on all of them. You were just... 2 of you were in explosion radiuses. Got it, okay. So I was too late on everything. However, if I... change my fate slightly here... How was it? By doing that, and then... This... No. Wait, okay. So before I start those moving... dang it. Okay, north, west, south... Maybe not. North, and, okay, so you first, then you... Then wait, all the way to here, that... Okay. Everybody goes at once. Okay. It was hard to explain what I was doing, but I did it! Alright, cool! And that, I believe, is everything that's not the tower or postmastery. Done, right? So yeah, this is all postmastery. Recommendation was to do this later, right? Ooh. I want to actually just look at that on the map. Ultra hard, perhaps best saved after you've done everything else. Okay. Well, let's climb a tower a little bit. Here, I'm just gonna press all the wrong buttons. Just gonna walk there myself. Alright, Slug's Odyssey 2. Oh boy, I'm stepping into this. There are fewer blocks. They're not multi-push. This should be simpler overall. Okay, Slug's Odyssey 2. Let's do it. Hi statue. Hi Slug. You need assistance to get out of there. I can provide it with this, easily. Slug's going there. Okay. Slug's going there. Got all these little pillars here. Slug's gonna be, like, slithering the entire time. This is for stacking. I can avoid the statue's attention for some time, so right. When I want Slug out, I can do that. Okay, yeah, there's no way to really keep it from sliding off the block that it's on. It could use this elevator. In terms of blocks that I have, 4 plus potential statue rubble if I put a piece on there which could be valuable. How would I want to do this? Let's first see... Alright, let's just not get involved yet. First gonna just see what things could look like if I tried this. This is obviously wrong, however. Maybe through this process I'll discover what right looks like. I mean, how would that be? I am super way too late for that. Okay, one thing the statue can do... There's a lot the statue that can do. Yeah, there's a lot the statue can do. And it's kind of worrying. What am I pondering here? So statue on ground would block Slug from jumping down. Statue rubble on a block would block Slug from getting on top of that block. That's just another way of putting a thing a Slug wouldn't cross on there. Slug's gotta be at elevation 2, by the way? Ooh, I just thought of a fun thing. So the only way to make a Slug not move is for it to meet another Slug. You could have like 2 Slugs up high facing each other with an inability to move and have to like keep that state for a puzzle like this. That'd be a fun idea. Alright, so... I have just enough room to do this without the statue noticing. Until now when it has to notice. Unless I sacrificed another block to avoid its notice. I have a suspicion that maybe there's a block going on a statue's head and the Slug's on top of that, but like, how is that Slug ever gonna cross that much distance? So it's not strictly true that it's impossible to get the statue here, it's just really improbable. Then again... No, how would I do that? So I can't go here, of course. If I were here on top of a block, I could just push this down there, though. If a statue were here, it could just push one of those down. I mean, none of that's gonna happen, though. Slug going here. You're sure about this? How would anything happen? No, hold on. What about letting the Slug down, then elevating it again later? It has to get to elevation 2, so... I could conceive of doing that once. Twice, though, not gonna happen. I have a concern. I hope I didn't break this puzzle by doing a certain thing. Let's check on that. If possible. I want to put this block on the statue's head. Easier said than done. No, actually easy to do. Not sure if it'll help me, but I'm gonna do it. Yeah. I need to test something. Now, the next step here is... statue on block? This is going to be near impossible to test. Let's do a lesser test. I need to make sure this construction Statue or both block on it allows the slug to pass through. It should. Not 100% sure that was true in prior versions of this game, but in this version it is. There was a time when this was non-traversable to Leaf, but currently it is traversable. And it should stay that way. Okay. What could these walls mean? They're kind of just splattered all over the place. I'm having a real hard time imagining just like how this moves without just immediately splatting on the floor. It's just always going to tend to be on the floor. I can't be shuffling blocks under it just like all the time. I can't surround it. I can theoretically elevate it by 1, but doing a second elevation on you would require you to hold still for way longer than you ever hold still. So if you're not going to hold still, you can't just teleport a block here real quick before you fall off the edge of it. You're going to slip off that block, like, so fast. Yeah, nothing I can do can immobilize the slug, so I need to do it with mobile slug. Alright, let's... Oh, these little wall segments. I wonder if I was supposed to learn something in Slug's Odyssey 1 that would have helped me here. Let's try some patterns. I will not get there in time for this, therefore we're gonna have to do it this way. This still won't work. Ignoring. Oh, okay, so Slug goes first, of course. I don't have anywhere near enough control over a statue to get it to circle around and keep the slug in place or anything. Slug's gonna turn around and around. They're extremely fast. Like, you are much too fast to want to fall off that thing for me to keep you in place. So what? What's the idea here? Is it that a slug never goes here? Like, is this a joke being played on me? Something else happens that makes more sense? Maybe the slug's involved, but not in the way that it's implied to be. Alright, 4 things can go here. This, 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 and any of those. So, I mean, there's nearly bridging potential here already. But I'm one short of that working. Can a statue taxi me over? What would be the pattern I would desire? Okay, so first of all, how much distance could I gain? Alright, so I'm 1 away here. No time to elevate. Slug could help me keep the statue away. Is there any potential for taxiing here? I could go the other way around. The slug could carry a block on its head. With me on it. If I could get high enough. That's an interesting idea. This type of elevation mechanism doesn't really allow that though, does it? Can Leaf get to elevation 2? The way this puzzle's arranged, I don't think so. I'd have to be at elevation 1 on, like... while this is held down. And yeah, those two things are pretty much mutually exclusive already. Yeah, those can't coexist, I think. Unless the slug helps me do it, but even then... Is there any taxiing at all that I can do here? Not that I can really see. So, some of these might be for statue moving. Some of them might be for slug blocking. Some of them might be for push block prevention. Some of them might be ornamental. I don't know how I'd tell which is which. Where would I like that statue to take me if it could take me anywhere? Well, the problem is it can't. Right? I don't really see how it could. Can't get around it. It's too fast for me. Yeah, so that ends worse than if I go the other way around. I don't think this leads anywhere, but investigating it anyway. Here I am with this distance. Here I am with nothing. Yeah, no, that leads nowhere. Three monsters. This is the hard one to kill. Something goes there. The somethings are statue, ferret, slug, block. Several blocks in the room. These are the two blocks most likely to go there. If it is slug, slug has to be immobilized up high or gain elevation when already close. Both seem impossible. If it's statue, it has to slide in a really unnatural way, which seems really unlikely, especially if it's at a higher elevation at the time. I'd also have to get it up there in the first place, and that's just not gonna happen. If it's me, well, then I'm dead. So if it's me pushing a block, that still feels like the most likely. How is the slug involved, though? Alright, well, just to try some stuff. I have so many questions and so few answers about this. Oh, what am I doing? Yeah, like, none of that is good. Slug is down. Slug is always going to be down because there's just nothing to stop that from happening. And these aren't even multi-push blocks like the other Odyssey, by the way. I can't get a block on that statue's head, can I? No, I've done that before. Right, I have had that before, and... Didn't seem to be what I wanted. But I was doing a different action than the one I'm going to do this time. I can't do the one I want to do this time, though, because this is here now. And it had to be. I want to awaken you and go over here without you getting to me. I can't really, though. I can get over here kinda, but not really. Whoa. Where do I even start on this? Well, what goes on this plate? Again, there are 4 things. Statue, I'm gonna say, is as impossible as it needs to be to say that's not an option. Slug is heavily implied to be the thing, but it seems almost as impossible as the statue. Leaf mustn't, because he'd be trapped. Push block still seems the most likely. So in descending order, push block, slug, statue, leaf. And I don't think I need to consider anything that's not a push block or a slug. So it's one of those 2 things that's going here. What would a slug do, given no interference? Oh, so that starts to... Okay, well here's a stable pattern. That gives another potential purpose for these. A free-roaming slug's path through the puzzle. It'd be cool if it got me up high and deposited me somewhere where I could push these. Am I sure Leaf cannot reach elevation 2 in this puzzle? Not entirely. So if I get to elevation 2, step on a block on the slug. There's also the poison trail to think about, yes. But let's not worry about that yet. Maybe you're just for setting down some rubble for the slug to bounce off of. Getting to elevation 2. With just one of these. This would mean the way I get to elevation 1 is like this. Then I can walk onto a push block. After that, I need this still to be down, me to walk onto a push block that is over one of these while it's down, then for that to go up. This needs to be up. I need to transfer to a push block. It needs to then be down. A push block needs to be on one of these. Those two could be true at the same time without me changing anything, maybe. Like if I had one here. Okay, if from here I could get... yeah, so let's imagine I had something like this. That does not layer correctly. There's not much I can do about it. Yeah, mid-animation, that's drawing in front. Yeah, there's not much I can do about it, unfortunately. Okay, so now this looks much clearer. So from here, I want this pressed, I want to step north, I want it to unpress. A slug can do that for me. Without anything really special. Oh, that's starting to look extremely promising. I might have something. That's very possible looking. Okay. I'm semi-convinced. So then, alright, so this is just get the slug out, let it go on a rampage, except that I do redirect it a little bit with some tools. Slug's rampage needs to include moving across here, then across here. Okay. So obstacle here, obstacle here. Don't love that one, but I could deal with it. That can change after Slug's already doing some... okay. Starting to come into some focus here. So the shape would be something like that. Something like. Not exactly, but something like. This doesn't feel super great, but, well, partially because I've used so many of my push blocks when I need them for elevating myself. Also, one needs to go on the slug. Yeah, I just don't have enough blocks for this. I would need so many more. But let's pretend. What's the intermediate state I'm going to create here? Things I can't really have. Oh, hang on. Well, I can improve things slightly by putting this here. I'll leave the statue where it was. Yes. Maybe. I think so. Then this goes for now... Actually, I can put this in a more convenient spot, like let's say here. I'm just trying to get the slug where I want it. This will do that, so check it out. That's what I wanted, and the blocks that are still involved are these two. Okay, so this could move south, this could move south, and I'm still 2 blocks short. Okay. Let's try this anyway. Just see if I gain any new insight from this. Let's say this is the one I stand on, but I need a block on the slug first before that can even be a thing. Okay, well you're on a route where I can put a block on your head. I'm wiping up your mess. You're making a big one. Okay, this was supposed to go south at some point, so was this. I need to wipe up that mess, which is easier said than done. Okay, well let's ignore some things. Ah, now I only need one little aside for this. This is kind of close, actually. Could I do better with my circling pattern? The crucial pass is here. This one. Like, Slug goes at 15.7. And also 18.7. If it has to cross both of those, then the path is going to look a lot like this, isn't it? It feels like I'm vaguely close to having this working, though. Like, is this really so far off? Let's ignore the fact that I need a push block on the slug. I need 2 to do this, though. I think... I can't really ignore that. So at this point, I want this block teleported one to the west, and at this point, I want that block teleported... Actually, at that point, I want this block teleported here. Then I also want this teleported south. I want a lot of things I can't have. Just using the statue as rubble right there doesn't seem so productive. Maybe I can do better somehow. Yeah, so downstream of here I would want to be here, elevated higher. Have this south one, or I guess this north one would also work. Step on the slug, ride it over there, push that there's a little more to it, so that's why I had that there, because I have to hop down from my theoretical elevation too, before I can interact with one of these. This is a lot closer to working than I thought I was going to be able to get it, though. Like, this is not incredibly far off. There's some plausibility here. Okay, so in terms of slug routes... Slug toggling this is great. Now, it doesn't have to be strictly here. It could be one of these two that it passes by, right? What if obstacle there, obstacle there, obstacle here? There's still too many push blocks to be able to do what I want, but let's just see what it would look like. So that'd be this. Oops. This, which is in the right column for something I wanted. And then... well, then I still only have 2 free. And that's how many I had last time I did this. I need to take advantage of room geometry in a way that I'm currently not. Also gotta do the initial insertion. Which I guess would look like this. This one's going where? This is one of my free ones. Okay, but no, there's something wrong with my pathing here. Is there some much longer... No, I do need a route to be able to get out, but if I have a push... this is probably a way I can get out. If the slug just hadn't stepped in either of these two and I'm up here with a push block there, things would be great. Okay. Stable loop here. To break out of it. Slug's gotta pass by one of these spaces. Both to get a block onto it and for me to hop onto it at some point. But it doesn't strictly have to be this one, right? Yeah, I think that's true. I think any of these others could theoretically work for what I'm trying to do. This is just the most convenient. So 15.7 is very appealing. 18.7 is required if I want to get to elevation 2. I feel like I'm underutilizing the statue, but it's hard to imagine what more I'm supposed to do with it. Okay, let's look at some slug loops. Something that intersects this. KGB going south here? I mean, it could. Doesn't sound too healthy, though. Although, that's a bounce, that's a bounce. I could leave the statue here, and it would just try and go across that. Slug goes across here? That's interesting, but it leads into this loop. So that's a slug trap. Okay, how many blocks do I need for what I'm doing? Theoretically. One will have to be here, and once I'm up above elevation 0, I'm not getting it there later. So before I elevate, I have to push one down here. And that can't really interact with the rest of the puzzle unless a slug is heading south in column 19. Which would be heading west and hitting something in column 18? Possible. If they're an obstacle here, but then that's... then you end up in there. So this is that's just a... yeah, so this is a stable slug pattern forever. So if I have lost this already, and one goes on top of the slug, then I just have the one extra for elevation, and that can't ever be enough. Yeah, I have to go around. I need this. Like, if Slug were going by and driving by on that, yeah, I could get to elevation 2. Cool. But, like, my block budget is completely blown. I don't feel like I'm on the solution path for this. I do technically have other options. I could go for post-mastery if I wanted. It's starting to be tempting. But yeah, this puzzle, I'm gonna have to put some serious time into this one, I think. I mean, I think what it is I just need a whole new idea, because I've gone down one path, and it's not looking promising enough that I think it's the way to go. So okay, well, I did one puzzle today. I'm gonna leave this one for now and ponder it some more. There's probably other approaches that I do want to be taking. If I just have, like, absolutely nothing next time, then maybe we'll do some post-mastery early, because it's open. I can do it. That's what it looks like. It's probably fine. Alright. So maybe that, or maybe I'll have a good idea for this. We will see.